it's pretty close to 5 o'clock. Let's get this thing started.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? Okay. Welcome, everyone. Hi, I'm Bruce Hughes, Chair of the Abington Affordable Housing Trust Fund Committee meeting. It's Monday, July 14th, 5 p.m., Abington Town Hall, Buckley Room. And let's start this with the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. I don't think we have any minutes, right? No, okay, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Correspondence, we don't have any correspondence that I know of. I'm going to start with welcoming Pam, you were reappointed, but we've all got to introduce ourselves.
Yep.
So what I'd ask, we'll start with Paul, and just introduce yourself. You lived in town, what boards you serve on, and what employment experience that's just usable on this, and what brought you to want to serve on this committee.
Well, I'm currently on the Board of Selectmen, so I'm serving as the liaison for that board. Past, I was on Conservation for 4 years, 3 of which I was the chairman. Also served on the Ames Knoll Advisory Board before that. And that's it.
Okay. Well, what made you want to serve on this? Well, because you were appointed.
I was appointed.
He was appointed.
I was asked and I accepted.
Gavin?
I'm new to the committee here. I've been an Abington resident my entire life, went through all of Abington Public Schools. I worked with my aunt last summer to help recertify tenants in the LITCH program. And through that experience, I sort of learned how important it is to have affordable housing options for all sorts of people. So I'm happy to join the board and become part of, creating that solution.
Thank you. Matt?
Mike Lavery, I've been on the board for a couple months, so I don't know if I need to reintroduce myself too much, but I'm also an election worker and I bought my first home in the town about 4 years ago.
And Pam, you were reappointed, so you can read.
I was reappointed, yeah. I've been on it for a while, so always something new to learn.
Good. And I'm Bruce Hughes, lifelong resident of Abington Public Schools, Massasoit, UMass Boston, Bridgewater State, Associates, Bachelor's, Masters. Been on the planning board for 27 years and served on the Community Preservation Act Committee for a long time, chaired that. Presently chair of the planning board, and I'm chair of this committee. And professionally, before I retired, I was a city planner for 36 years. I worked in the private sector, and then I worked in the government. I worked for Old Colony Planning Council for 30 and a half years, and the Montechusett Regional Planning Commission for half a year. I used to be involved in doing housing plans and stuff like that. So, and I've served on this committee before, and there's a lot happening in town, believe it or not, as we'll talk about, as far as affordable housing in this town and stuff like that. So it's a good committee to be on, and we're going to see some stuff going on. Review of requests for proposals for Abington Center and North School reuse project. So I know that this was discussed at the most recent selectmen's meeting. Pam, you were there. Paul, you're a selectman. You want to talk about that?
I was there. So this was the third time they put it out for an RFP, and again, no offers, or nobody submitted any proposals. So at the last meeting, it was brought up to try it again. I guess there's an existing plan that I didn't know about. I don't know if you knew about it, Pam, for 16 units to try and put it out again with. To go in front of Concom, planning, zoning, all the boards before they put it out again, and see if they get approvals from all those boards, and then put it out and see if there's any takers there.
They're going to take the affordability element out of it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because they weren't getting any bites. And because of the North Schools being used by the DPW for a couple of years, it's going to be a while before anything can happen with that.
Yep.
I questioned the 16-unit plan because I have not seen or heard anything about 16 units. It was 12 units, and it's been 12 units all along.
Between the two or each one?
Each,
Each
well,
one, yeah.
mostly Center, because they did the study at Center, they did the whole
Mhm.
survey at Center, and that, it was a surprise to me when I heard that at the selectmen's meeting, 16, and I was like, well, where did that come from? Because nobody's come to us about anything that's been, put out in terms of a plan, like who made up the 16-unit plan, like where did that come from? I'd like to know. I feel like we've done a lot of work on this, and it's been years, and we've invested money, we've invested our time, we've invested all kinds of things, and like, nobody comes back to our committee to say, this is what we're looking at, and you just, I kind of feel like we're not important.
Well, we've had members of the, select board on the committee for a long time. I mean,
Yeah, but there was never any mention of
When they-
16-unit plan.
When they say take the affordability out of it, do they mean completely, or isn't there
Yes.
still like a law where they have to have,
No.
okay.
No, because we're over the 10%
Oh, we're over now, okay.
Which
And
is gonna be, we'll talk about something in a minute, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but that was, part of the discussion from the beginning,
Mhm.
to especially senior,
Mhm.
affordable senior housing, that's what,
Yeah.
and it's just, all of a sudden, nope, 16 units, affordable, part of it's gone. I don't know, I just feel like everything we did was just not even, didn't even matter.
Well, hopefully, we have Paul in the committee. Paul, you're in construction and stuff like that, right? So you have experience. And hopefully you'll keep us informed
Oh, yeah.
as what's going on and advocate for this committee, with the board, select board. Keep wanting to call the board of selectmen, select board. But that's all we can hope for. Okay, so that's up, still ongoing. When will this new proposal go out, Paul?
I don't think there was a timeline set at our meeting.
Okay. Keep us informed.
Yeah, I will.
All right. I'm gonna go through a couple more things here. Updates on the Abington Housing Production Plan. Now, we thought that this is something that Old Colony Planning Council is doing, and it's an update of, let's see, here's the document. It's an update of, the document that was done a while back. This is the document that was updated, done in 2019. I don't know if you've seen this, Paul, or.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I don't know if I have this. I know that, for you guys, for Gavin, Liz Shea has this, and I can ask her to send this to you.
Yeah, just email it to me and I can.
Yeah. 'Cause again, I'm not printing this out. My
I
wife
just
would
have a
kill me.
I just have a draft copy, I should probably get the final, I
Yeah.
just have a draft.
Yeah, so I'll send a message to Liz.
Maybe she can
You have her
run
send it
off
to
some
everybody.
copies.
Mhm. Yeah. Now that I have all your emails, I'm sending your emails to your Abington Town.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not gonna put that on television, but anybody who wanted to find that out could do that anyway. So we'll do that. But anyway, the guy who's doing it for OCPC, we thought that he might send us draft chapters, but no, it doesn't work that way. He'll send us the document when it's done, or draft document, planning board, us, board of selectmen, and that'll be in September. So, and I'm gonna ask that we don't meet in August, so next time we meet, we'll have this. The reason why we meet on, was this the third Monday, is because that ties in with the selectmen's
It did,
meetings,
yeah,
all right?
but you're gonna be
Yes, which
meeting on
are-
5, right?
Yeah, next meeting will be at 5, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Cut myself in half, I guess.
Well, the next meeting, the third Monday of September will be on the 15th. So we'll see. Yeah, just let us know.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, all right. That's when our next meeting will be. It's to have none in September. But anyway, I know he's working on it. I've been in touch with him, and it's, this is a, pretty fantastic document. I contributed a little bit to this the last one when I was working at OCPC, which is probably why, anyway, other people did most of it, so that's good. I wanted to bring you some updates as far as projects in town go. I was away. When I came back, I looked at the unfriendly 40B that's being done over on Summer Street. 5-story buildings, because the zoning really limits them to three-story buildings, because it's a 40B. They're doing 5-story buildings. We had an accident over there the other day, but if you should take a ride over there, if you haven't taken a ride over there lately, it's amazing the progress that they've done. You know, I was away in June and I came back, I was, oh my God, it's amazing. The thing is, and they broke ground on that
It's
first
massive,
of the year, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of it's prefab, and it's wood, it's
Yes,
not.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
all, it's prefab,
Yeah.
Yep.
it's massive.
I came, my wife and I saw a bunch of tractor trailers coming into town one night, with components, so we took a ride and followed them, and it turned
Oh,
out
yeah.
that that's what
Turned
they were
out
going to the
yeah,
job site.
they're coming down our street,
I drive
It's
by it
like-
every day and it's just like, it looks different every day.
yeah.
Yeah,
The 18-wheelers going
Yep.
down the street, they'll all be happy when that's done.
and then, well, that's an unfriendly 40B, that meant, because when that was proposed, the town was below the 10% limit. You have to have 10% affordable, we're above that now. But the more units you build, the barrier goes up and stuff like that. There was a friendly 40B, 161 North Quincy Street, and did a sidewalk with that, with the assistant town planner, and we, you know, that group appeared before this committee, before I got on, and they're gonna tie into Brockton Water and Sewer and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and I think they still have to go before the Conservation
Yep.
Commission. But I forwarded the plans to you guys, the new guys, everyone, really. You
Yeah.
can take a look at that. And it's gonna be right next to the Gables on North Quincy Street. And people think that'd be in Brockton, but no, that's in Abington. The Gables is in Abington.
I walked in those woods probably 5 or 6 times when I was on conservation, just when they had to figure out when we had to approve where the wetlands were. So, yeah, it's a big piece of property.
I wish they had taken the junkyard. You know, you go up
Right
there,
next
there's a
to it,
junkyard.
it's right next to the junkyard.
When I drove up there, I was, my gosh, they're gonna take the junkyard. No,
No,
but,
I forget what they called it when they came to meet before us. It was the outdoor storage facility next door or something like that. We were like, okay, the
and
junkyard.
recently, well, there was a proposal a while back, Glen LaPointe was gonna build a site off of Plymouth Street, which is behind the pickleball courts at the senior center.
Yeah.
And Glen didn't pursue that. Well, somebody new has come into play. And
Oh,
they wa-
really?
Yeah, and they wanna build a site there. It's not Glen, it's someone else. Now, this comes under the MBTA district. As you know, the town is one of the MBTA communities, and we signed an agreement for increased multifamily housing. And the town, it doesn't have to be affordable. And so because the town is above the limit on the 40B, they're coming at it as an MBTA's community project. But I was talking to Liz Shea about this, and Kevin Kogan talked about this at our last planning board meeting. The cost and everything else, the only way this project can work for this guy is if it's 5-story. But when the planning board approved that district, sent that district to the town meeting for approval, we stipulated that the buildings can only be 3 stories tall. So, I don't know what this guy's gonna do. He may decide to pursue it or not. But that's,
Well, there's wetland issues back there. I know
Yeah.
that, 'cause when I was on conservation, one of the meetings before I left was, to grant Glenn a 3-year extension on his order of conditions, so
Mhm.
if they're gonna change that all around, then they'll have to go before that board again.
well, that's what they say, you know.
Yep.
That's what I've heard. Kevin has talked to this guy, and he says he's very affable, but he also wants what he wants.
What kind of project is he? Is this a market rate project? Is it over
Yeah, it's-
55? Because Glenn's was over 55.
Right.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's market rate,
So
because
it's
he's
just
done
a
these,
market rate project.
it doesn't, well, you know, you've got the 40B on Summer Street, the one that was built a long time ago, you know, beside the train
Yep.
station, on that side, and that is a 40B project. What's the number of units on, it's like 41 Zero Summer Street. I keep calling it Zero Summer Street, but I think it's like 40 units or something like that.
Yeah, I forget how many units there are.
Yeah.
It's 190 something.
It's 190 units total, but
So
I
I
think it's
think
like,
it's like 60 something.
I think it's that
What
many,
about-
I
but
thought
it's
it
still a lot.
41 or 42.
42,
Some
41
sticks
or
into my,
42, yeah. I think that's right, not to
I
contradict
got the
you.
breakdown, so
Okay.
I don't know, I haven't got it right.
Well, I'll talk to Kevin and Liz and, get that information. And of course, the one up on North Quincy Street, that's gonna be 40, 50 units.
Oh,
there.
that might be the one that's 60 something
Yeah.
units.
looks
Because
like
they're
a nice-
doing, they're
yeah.
doing like 3-bedroom ones and 2-bedroom ones, and, yeah.
I've seen the plans.
Yeah, I think it's
very
40
nice,
something for
Very nice, very
Summer
nice,
Street.
looking units. I'm trying to be objective. Of course, planning board doesn't have anything to do with 40Bs, it all goes before the Concom, stuff
Yeah,
like
and
that.
zoning,
And zoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what people have to understand, Planning board, no, we don't have anything to do with that. What else? I've discussed the current status of Zero Summer Street. I've discussed 161 North Quincy Street. I've discussed, anyway,
Bruce, do you know where, the North Quincy 161 stands? Are they getting ready to go before?
they have to go before Concom. Yeah. And the thing that's holding it up right now, Paul, is the water and sewer, the tie into Brockton.
Brockton, yeah.
Because I don't think there's an Abington water line down there. I think the Gables is tied into Brockton.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works. I mean, makes sense that it would be Brockton up there, because
Well,
one half of the street is Brockton, right?
Oh, it's more than that, believe it or not.
Or the
We
sidewalk.
wa- When we did the sidewalk, I was told by the building inspector that the town line between Brockton is right on the fog line, right up the street. So it's like 2 feet on the street. I always thought it was halfway, no. It's like so it's like 2 feet from the edge of that street, there's an Abington. So, all that stuff up there is in Abington, but it's, for years I believe it was, halfway through the street. But the other one up the street, that's clearly in Abington,
Yeah.
the one at the end of Chestnut Street Rotary. And that's a long time, that's aimed towards seniors, that project there. So, yeah, you guys, you'll have the list, you should ride around and check these things out. I do, just occasionally, because I'm retired, I have the time to do that. And I have a pickup truck, so I look official when I drive around these things. So I've tried to update everyone as far as the projects and where they stand. And so I guess we have to keep an eye on what happens on Plymouth Street with that one. And we
Mhm.
have to keep an eye on the progress of what's happening up on North Quincy Street. And unfriendly 40B near the train station, I think it's a good idea just to look at the progress. I'm told that thing might be done by the end of the year.
probably.
Yeah,
The way they're moving, yeah,
Yeah,
they've got windows up
yeah.
and the insulation siding on the first phase of it and the balconies and stuff like that. It's pretty amazing place. I can remember years ago when Summer Street was being built. I was on a planning board then. I've been on a planning board for a long time. And there was a paintball thing going on there. And Jeff Rangel and I were walking around and we were hoping we weren't going to get splattered by paintballs as we walked the site. So, and that, of course, that was proposed to be a transfer state facility. If you've been around a long time like I have. And that was a big fight at town hall and stuff like that. But the town
Yep.
meeting, remember that?
should
You
have,
remember, you were living around
yeah,
that,
should have gone with it. Wouldn't be in the mess we're in today.
Morrison and Knudsen, big company out in
Hindsight
Boise.
is 2020, you
Yeah,
know?
I talked about the guys from Boise, Idaho, coming in and wrecking the town. Guy brought a dead rat in the town meeting. It was wild.
Those were the days.
Abington was a wild and woolly
Before
community.
social media.
Yep, yep.
So,
Do you have just an update on the property on High Street that was auctioned? Because I haven't seen anything about that. Did it sell and what?
It did, I forget, I don't know who, or what the price it went for was.
But we approved money to
Yeah, to do a
to
site,
do a study.
environmental
So
analysis.
I'm assuming
And then we were
that's,
at the selectmen's meeting when they sold the
said they
property.
were selling it,
And we
yeah.
had done, you know, we had.
So I'm assuming that was never done, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming they
Yeah.
never had to, a use for the money, so it should,
Yeah,
Just-
we need to find out if the environmental analysis was ever done on that site, because it was money that was appropriated for this committee.
right.
So,
I don't think it was ever done because,
again, I can check with
I mean, Liz.
Liz
is-
Shea and
Yeah,
and
because
Kevin
that's,
on that.
yeah, because they were at the meeting, they're the ones that proposed, having that done, so.
Liz was away, she and Joe were, her husband were away,
Mhm.
and they had a nice
Okay.
trip, and as soon as she got back, I called her and asked her a lot of questions.
Good,
Because, well, yeah, we had a discussion of the new open space plan, which OCPC is doing, and nobody from OCPC was there to answer our questions, she was on vacation.
Mm,
So we put that off until September. I know the selectmen had discussed that, so OCPC is doing two big things for us. And, but planning board's gonna talk about that in September. And that ties in sort of, what's gonna be in this one for new people is, they'll have a list of vacant properties and stuff like that in here.
450,000.
oh, okay.
450? Wow, that's just for the lot. Because like a medium sale price of a house in this town currently is around $600,000 or $700,000. So they have to buy the land and then they have to build a house on top of that. So, and that's down toward the Brockton line. It's near the Walmart, right? That part of
So
town.
like it goes behind Walmart,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think at one time that was part of a larger parcel to build a school and stuff like that. I've been,
Is it just a part of that parcel that went? I thought it was that,
I think it was the whole thing.
it was the whole
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that whole parcel, Bruce. So
Oh.
it's more than I think than one house can go there. Oh, I don't know,
It
they
all
say it's all
depends.
wet,
Yeah, it's not
It
all
says-
wet, but
some of
it's
it's
like I
wet.
used to say when I was on conservation, you gotta be creative with how you,
Yep, okay, yeah.
So,
Yeah, because we asked for, requested some type of list
mhm.
on, land that was available, surplus.
Yeah,
But we never, I think Ellen requested that, but we never got anything.
well, I know that other people you are interested in building, and they've asked me to get a list of, vacant lands and stuff like that in the town. So, the easy way would be when the current version of
When
this
that
is out,
comes
they'll
out.
have that. I mean, you could do, I used to have to do this, I used to have to go into town halls and get a list of vacant properties and stuff like that. What else?
Because that just opens up opportunities for us if there's,
Mhm.
houses or land or, whatever.
Paul, do you know if there's any proposals for any senior housing, any current proposals?
I haven't heard anything.
No.
I guess I always thought the one over on Plymouth Street, that's what that was gonna
That
be,
was gonna be over
Yeah.
55,
until
yep.
you just said it wasn't.
Yep, Ellen was keeping tabs on
Yeah.
that, she was talking to
Well,
Glenn all the
the
time.
game changer was the MBTA district.
Yep.
We agreed. We're pretty much at a lot of what the MBTA was asking. I mean, I think there's more multi-family units in town than there are single-family houses.
Mhm.
Because all the construction in recent years has been multifamily. You drive around town, when I read the draft of the, I've seen bits and pieces of the current housing production plan. And there's, a lot of stuff has been built in the last 20 years in this town, and most of it's been multifamily. So, and I think I've seen that in the draft open space plan and stuff like that. They talk about, I've lived in this town all my life, and the town has changed so much. The builders have to get a return on investment, and
Yep.
they can make more money, even though the majority of the zoning in Abington is large lot subdivisions. Now, I live in an older part of town, which is R20, which is 20,000 square foot lot. But a lot of towns are 4,000 square foot lots. So that's where you get these beautiful big houses that have been built over the years. As a planner, we like to see small.
Well, that's where the need is, I mean, personally, what I feel, we need the subsidized senior housing, and we need the starter homes. I mean, the younger generation, they can't, you know,
Over by Woodstill School, all those ranch houses.
Exactly,
that built
yep.
up, they were built in the late fifties.
yep, up in the Muster Field,
Yeah.
Green Street area, they were all those small starter homes, and a lot of them now, they've built up,
Mhm.
they've built out, you know,
I just, Campanelli's over in Brockton.
Campanellis, yeah.
I just
you know.
don't think there's a you know, the builders don't wanna build.
They
those
don't wanna
things.
build them, but that's what's needed, I mean,
I like the prefab houses and stuff like that I've seen, you know. My wife and I are getting older, and we'd like to get a ranch house someday, you know,
There you
everything
go.
on one level. There's a nice one for sale on Randolph Street right now, I can't imagine what they're asking for.
I just had a question, I should have asked this earlier, about the proposal for the North School, the other one. But what, I've read it, and what is the, why is there a requirement in there to keep the architecture, like the, sort of the building the same on the outside? Seems like it would be better to be able to like start fresh for the builder perspective.
it was because it was
I
historical.
think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was done back in the,
It's done
30s,
by-
right?
30s,
done in
40s, and
Works
it
Progress
was-
Administration.
yeah, and so, and there can be tax credits, for the builders, I guess.
A lot
if
of
they-
them, a lot of builders have taken the shells of buildings and maintained the facade of them. I'm thinking of a former high school in Braintree, it's just a facade, but they built everything new behind it. And
Mhm.
they do, the Masonic Temple in Quincy, they kept the facade of that because it's beautiful, but everything is new behind it.
They did
Yeah.
it with the White House.
Yeah, the White House is like an old DC-3 airplane. Everything is new with it.
Yeah.
It looks old, but you know, an airplane that's built in the 30s has had to been renewed so many times, it might as well be new.
These old buildings are strong, though. They're not like the buildings
Right.
that they're building nowadays. Those buildings are
Built to last.
dinosaurs.
Well, I'm on the, this is not even, I'm on a board at Massasoit, and they're starting to renew those campus buildings there that were built in the early 70s. 74 is when, and they're tilt-up buildings, they're
Yep.
basically concrete walls that they built at a place like that place on Route 58 in Abington that builds the concrete walls, and they tilt
yeah.
them up in place.
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, ever go by there and see that stuff. Anyway, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, and I was sort of wondering what, I don't know if we have any like reasons or have understanding why, you know, because there's no proposals for that. So I was wondering if we have any perspective from sort of developers as to why they wouldn't want that, so that way it could be like addressed in the proposal or something.
Pam, you
Why they wouldn't want to keep it, the historical?
Or just because there's no
outside?
proposals, right, so, I
Oh,
was
the
just
proposal,
wondering-
affordable, why they don't
Like
wanna
any
go
of
with
the-
affordable?
Specific
Mhm.
things that we require, like, I think if I'm correct, he's asking like, if there's things in what we're requiring that are stopping people from proposing that we could rediscuss and try to make it more
Yes.
welcoming.
Yeah, we don't have
right.
Yeah.
privy
I
to
can ask
that.
Scott if there was any feedback, you know,
Yeah,
why,
we could
if there were
go,
any questions asked during the proposal period to see, you
Yeah.
know, what's preventing somebody from putting a bid in,
yeah,
I guess.
unless it's the affordable end of
Right.
it, which, I mean,
Because clearly this is, they're like developing these properties would be better than, you know, having 40Bs come in and do what they want to do. So I'm just trying to,
Mhm.
you know, sort of understand what the other side could be.
yeah, I don't know. He just
Mhm.
popped his head in. I wonder
I
if
know.
he can, if he could give us any update on that, you know,
Well-
what was the reason why?
Well, you know, I was reading in the paper today that the current administration wants to take away the housing vouchers. You know,
Mm.
So, you know, this is gonna kill a lot of people from having housing because,
Mhm.
you know, I used to do utility allowance schedules for these places that were, you know, rented out to people less than market rate rents and stuff like that. That's gonna cause a lot of homelessness and stuff like that.
Mhm.
We'll see about that.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of things that we need to keep track of. Planning board's not gonna meet in August. About to stay in the loop with Liz and Kevin and stuff like that. And anything comes up as far as the Plymouth Street project, and Paul, you can keep us in the loop as far as the schools.
Yep.
And stuff like that.
Can you ask Scott that question if you see
Yeah.
him? Just, what might have been,
Yeah, I'll shoot him an email and then I'll just, whatever his response is, I'll forward it off to everybody.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
great.
And reach out to your friends on the Concom, and when you get, any inkling that people up on North Quincy Street is coming before the board as far as, that project goes, that would be great. This is the great thing about serving on multiple committees, on the planning board, I know what's going on the planning board, I see Community Preservation Act, I know what's going on, and this committee, I know what's going on, so. Small town, people serve on lots of committees.
I also just found from last time, the Summer Street is 198 units, 50 affordable.
Hmm.
So now we're discussing how many were affordable.
And affordable's not
I've
really
already,
affordable.
that's a lottery to
I
get
mean, when
into
you
those
see the-
affordable housing units.
Yeah.
I've already asked, friends have already asked me, how you get in them? Well, you see the ads in the paper, you
Yeah.
have to enter a lottery to get into those
Yeah,
things.
when I lived at the base in Weymouth, we had to go through a process like that to get, they called it the worker plan, but it was affordable housing,
Hmm.
and it was a pain in the butt.
I helped run one of those when
Yeah.
I was helping my aunt out.
Right, is there anything else anyone would like to talk about tonight? Paul, do you have anything to add? You have any more questions? Okay. Mike?
Nope.
No? Ma'am?
No, I think we
Well,
covered.
congratulations on our new appointees, congratulations on our
Welcome.
reappointing, I guess that just leaves Mike and I as the people have been on. We thanked Ellen Delaney for being on the committee for all those years and stuff like that. And if you read the town report that I wrote for this committee last year, we thought, we thanked Ken Coyle for all his years of service and stuff like that. So when I write the next one next year, I'll thank Ellen. I don't think I'd have to thank Pam, Amanda, she wasn't on the committee very long. But I wish her well in her new
Yeah.
life as a B&B owner in Maine and stuff like that. Paul, is there gonna be a special election?
Yes, it's, gonna be on September 29th.
Last I asked, there was no one that pulled any papers.
Oh, I'm sorry,
so,
no, it's
yeah.
gonna be on November 14th. The deadline for papers is, September 29th.
So if anyone wants to run for board of selectmen,
Yeah.
pull the papers, get the 50 signatures. I've had to do the 50 signature route for planning board 6 times now. And,
Do you know where Amanda's settling? Like, do you know where?
Bar Harbor.
wow.
Harbor.
Yep.
I might have to go and visit her.
Yeah,
Not
that'll
far, not far from there. That's awesome.
Congratulations to her.
Mm.
She was on CPA, Community Preservation Act Committee, for a long time, too, so.
Board of Health too, and then,
Education, I think, for a while.
yep,
Wow.
she wore many hats.
Yeah, she jumped around.
See what you're getting yourself into, so. A lifetime of service. I think I worked in the public sector for a very long time, and I've served in the public sector as an elected official, appointed official for a very long time. As I say to my wife, it gets me out of the house. It's also good to serve the community. It's something place I grew up in and love dearly.
Okay.
All right, again, hopefully, we've reached an agreement that our next meeting will be Monday, September 15th at, 5 o'clock. And the third Monday in October is the 20th, yeah. Wow.
Wow.
And November, it'll be the 17th. And December, it'll be the 15th, not on the 22nd. So this gives you an idea of the meeting. When I send next meeting notice out, I'll have the dates and stuff like that, and hopefully, get that too, as far as the dates and stuff.
Do you know why the selectmen are meeting at 5 from now on? Why they changed?
Oh, it's a
the time?
permanent thing, it's not just 1 week?
No, until further notice, yeah.
So hopefully it won't clash with our meetings.
If I'm not here, if anything I can do to help, just shoot me an email.
No, we'll adjust it around your schedule, because it's important for you to be here, so
Yeah,
get
but
some
it probably
confirmation
will.
on those
It
dates.
probably will conflict with,
Yeah,
Right.
Yep.
yeah, because we set up our meetings so that they were before the selectmen's meeting.
But if they're gonna be at 5 o'clock. So maybe we could do our meetings on
Another,
Tuesday? How's Tuesday night work for everyone?
Whenever works for me, I'll make it no
Yeah,
matter.
other than the Mondays, I'm open, so.
Okay, well then, about Tuesday the 16th, next
yeah, because we did before, because we would meet with Scott
meeting.
before our meeting, because he had all the
Yeah,
updates
I'm
from.
just thinking that Tuesdays are usually busy here, though, because I know Conservation runs the same schedule, so.
I'll check with,
When do the selectmen meet? Is it the 3rd? Do you meet once a month or twice a month? Twice a month.
Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, we could do the off
Yeah,
Monday,
different Monday, yeah.
do a different Monday.
yeah.
So do you know if it must be the
I
first
think-
and
no, I think
third?
we're second and fourth.
Second and fourth. Planning
Actually,
board,
so we're probably good with the 15th.
planning board meets on the first Monday.
Yeah, so we're probably good with, keep the 15th,
Let's keep the 15th for now.
yeah.
And I'll talk to Nancy if there's any conflicts and stuff. I know the FinCom is meeting in this room at 7 o'clock. She asked me if our meeting would be done by 7, and I said, yes, it'll be done by 7 o'clock, so. All right, well, then we'll, Monday, September 15th, 5 PM, hopefully in this room. You know, I like to schedule things way out, so,
Okay,
all right.
go from there then.
Motion to adjourn,
Second.
second?
Yep.
All
You
those in
seconded.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.